Hi, today we're showing you what we're doing regarding mounting the modulator into a box. I bought this nice box today, well not today, it came today, and we've managed to fit the board inside. Basically what we've had to do is we've had to chamfer out the corners so as it would fit in. Plenty of space, made plenty of room for it, drilled some holes for the screws, and it's now mounted in there quite nicely. Seem to be going out of focus here. There we go, that's back in. So that's it in place. We've got two phonos on the left for audio. They're actually wired up now. We've got an F connector in the centre, which is the RF out, and that's also wired up. The video input hasn't been wired up yet. And what we have to now do is we have to make provision for powering the unit on and off. And also the power supply. Power supply will be external, I think. Don't think we're going to fit that in the box. We might, but I think we're more or less talking about an external supply, which will be on another a small sub box. This is really what I have for the supply. This is an inverter box. This does 1 to 15 volts out, and it's adjusted to 3.1 volts. This came from a Christmas light, this little tiny inverter with a single SMD transistor on the back, obviously the coil and the rectification. I'll have a look at it and see what the rectification is, but that's I might actually go down full wave for this. I think this is only half wave, I can't remember. I have to look better anyway. But the idea is to mount that in a box. This input here will go to 12 volts because it's run off my solar system that I have here. So that's the plan with it. This of course will be the right way around when it's fitted into the supplementary box. This gives me about just about 89 volts here on this red lead, the HT. This is the common earth, and this is the filament supply that goes up to the resistor. Now this is something that will be changed. There's a 15 ohm in there now, but what I'll be doing is I'll be putting a couple of 33s, a 33 for this filament and a 33 for that filament. That's what I'll be doing, and also probably tidy up the crystal a wee bit. It's on a holder. That's the 41.5 megahertz sound, and that's the 45 megahertz video. And this is the level control. The level control doesn't really need adjustment. It's always at maximum. That gives you the best way. And this is the bias arrangement here. This resistor, this goes to 9 volts positive. That's a 15k. The resistor on the other side I think is a 47. I can't remember now. I need to check. But that's a 15k, and with 9 volt DC from a PP3 is fine. But the current consumption is tiny. Absolutely tiny, so I'm quite happy just leaving a PP3 inside the box. The other thing, of course, is I've had to modify the bias arrangement for the audio. Instead of having a resistor on the earthy side of the transformer here, down to deck to give me a negative voltage, and having the minus side on the transformer, I can't do that now. Just the way it's wired. So I found I think a 1.5 volt watch battery. I've just tacked it in very quickly with solder, which is fine. So it gives me a wee bit. No, it's a 3 volt battery actually. Oh, I can't remember. It's either 1.5 or 3. I think it's a 1.5 to be fair. Yeah, it is a 1.5. So this resistor value here is 100k. That's 100k. This one here is 100k. So it's approximately 0.7 of a volt that I've got bias positive, negative, sorry, and the for this 1J37B. Now, and it's bypassed. It's bypassed by a 22 microfarad capacitor to give us the audio quality of the bass. So that's it. That's how it works fine, absolutely fine. It's been proven that it's worked. The resistors here are from the phono. Remember, it's headphone output from the computer we're using. So these are 180 ohm resistors from the left and the right hand channel up to the transformer. Now, as I say, it works fine with the transformer. It does work without the transformer, but we need a wee bit more drive. So this is giving us a little bit of gain, if you like, from the low impedance to the high impedance. So there's a bit more drive to the valve, so we get better modulation. So you mean all works fine, absolutely fine, and that's it. So as I say, a couple of wee things to do yet to it. On-off switch to fit, a grommet probably on this side, with the wires in for the supply. I might see if it's possible to fit that inside this stuff. There is enough room, but I don't want to kind of land up with any interference coming from that little switch mode supply. Although I have to say there was nothing noted when it was running on the bench, and it's actually much better screened inside. This is a metal box, it's not a plastic one, so it's better screened than it was previously. So we're progressing, we are getting there. It's had a good long soak test prior to opening it, getting the box and doing this work, so we know that everything should be fine. We just need to make sure that some of the leads we're going to have to dress, I think, with a little bit of sleeving, just to make sure we don't have any possible shorts when it's all put together. So that's another thing I need to do. And some of the as you can see, some of the pads have come off undone with the glue. That's quite common now, I've noticed with this. I don't know whether it's to do with the super glue I'm using, although it's a good quality one I'm using, or what, but they sometimes do. Maybe the heat from the soldering iron, I have no idea. But in the main, most of them stick fine. You get the odd one that falls off. But there we go, that's it. So it's going to been a good and interesting project to do, and I've thoroughly enjoyed doing it, to be fair. I'm quite happy with its performance. So that's it. Don't think there's very many valve band 1 channel 1 modulators about. Maybe it's a first, I don't know, but it's relatively simple. It's very straightforward. The circuitry's minimalistic, and the thing is, it works, and that's all what it's about. It has to work. If it didn't work, we wouldn't be doing it. So there you go. So that's it. Okay, thanks guys for looking. Once it's completed fully, we will do another video and show you how things are with it. So if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe, use the notification bell please, so there's any new videos you'll be notified about. And bear in mind, there's no charges for this. You will not be money will come off your bank account or anything like that. You're not. It does help me. The more subscribers, the better it is for me, and I would very much appreciate it if you subscribed. So thank you very much. Take care everyone. All the best. Bye for now.